Hey everybody, hello, hello. It's Monday night and we're live with Team Up Zoom. I hope that you've had a great weekend, and to all the moms out there, I hope that you were celebrated and cherished, and know that those of us here on Team Up love and appreciate you and all of the contributions that you make every single day. So tonight we are continuing our conversation about LUMINATE. And I'm not sure when it's going to start to ship again, but I have a sense that it might be towards the end of next week. And I would love to know how many of you are continuing to create carts so that when those orders are ready to go, yes, when those orders are ready to go, they'll be out the door. And of course, we're continuing to hear amazing Luminate experiences. And so tonight, I thought I would share with you a conversation that I heard last week. And it's a little deeper dive into Luminate. And it's Dr. Tamara Sachs. She's a functional medicine physician out of, I believe, Connecticut, and smart. I mean, some of her trainings that she's done in the past on heart health are just amazing. So Tamara Sachs kind of interviewing, Liza Pebbles, who's our now new title, Senior Director of Global Product Training. But it's Lisa Pebbles and her team that brought us the Omega. And now she has brought us this Luminate. And so she is brilliant. And so I wanted you to hear their conversation. It is 30 minutes long. But we have, thanks to Jen Hageman, have it without commercials. So we're pleased to, and just know that this will be available to you for watch parties or whatever you choose to do with it. So Kathy, whenever you are ready to run this conversation, guys, I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to take notes.
With the Juice Plus company are very, very lucky to have her as our product developer. So I'm going to turn this over to Lisa Pebble. I know she has some slides to share with us this evening, and to tell us a little bit about Luminate, our new nootropic and adaptogenic drink, which is just taken over. It's just gone crazy. Lisa, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay. All right, let me grab these slides up for everybody to see so we can see this beautiful product. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Amazing. There, is that a little better? Good. Awesome. So yes, hi, my name is Liza Pepple. I am the Senior Director of, actually my title is changing. I'm starting a new position soon with the company, but I've been in charge, me and my team have been in charge of product development for a very long time. I've been with Juice Plus for 16 years and have had such a great time being on the product team and really helping to develop these amazing products. And this new product is no different. So our basic philosophy at Juice Plus when it comes to products is as close to nature as possible. That's really our focus. It started off with fruits and vegetables in a capsule, and then every product that we've introduced since then is really about enhancing the benefits of plants in our bodies. And that's because we know that plants can do some really amazing things in the body. So it's our focus, it's always been our focus, and this product is no different. This product is, however, just a little different than on some of the other products in the Juice Plus portfolio, because this is a product that people are going to feel the benefits of, feel the impact of pretty much immediately, where the rest of the Juice Plus products are what we consider more foundational products. They're products that really kind of are taken every day to enhance our lives for the long term. And this product, Juice Plus Luminate, is really all about the immediate benefits of focus and productivity. And I think we can all use a little bit more of that in our lives. So this product has some amazing ingredients that have some interesting names. You heard Tamara talk about nootropics and adaptogens, and those are the real workhorses in this product. So let's talk just a little bit about what those ingredients are. So it starts with some of the nootropics, which I like to call really the the hard-hitting benefits, the ingredients that really are doing all the heavy lifting in this product. And in my opinion, one of the most important ones is a product called Alpinia Galanga. Another name that people struggle to say sometimes, but if you get used to it, it's not that hard. Alpinia Galanga is actually part of the ginger family. So it's something that's been used in traditional Eastern medicine for a long time. And its main focus is to help us focus. That's the main purpose of Alpinia Galanga. It helps kind of get rid of some of that brain fog. It helps with focus and mental clarity. So think about it this way. If you have a list of 25 things on your to-do list every day, how many people here, give me a heart or a show of hands, how many people here will start their list of things to do, get partway done with one thing, skip over to the next thing, start that, but then maybe get skipped over to the next thing? How many people are doing that like me, right? Everybody else is, I'm not alone. Am I? Good. I'm seeing some hands. Awesome. So this ingredient and this particular product is really helping to benefit in that way. So it's helping to keep us focused. So when we have that list of 25 things to do, we're able to really stay in focus, clear that brain fog, not what I like to call squirrel so much, that's run after the next shiny object, helps us really keep our focus, keep our mental clarity so we can actually complete tasks. How many people here would love to complete some tasks every day? It's really amazing. And the other piece of that nootropic that I think is really exciting is called coffee berry fruit. And this is also an ingredient that has some caffeine. So it's not just the focus that you're getting, you're also getting some energy from caffeine. And now what's different in this ingredient than what most people use is that we are using the whole coffee berry fruit. What most people use, what coffee is actually the seed that's inside of that fruit that is roasted and gives it that lovely flavor. But I don't know how many of you guys actually know, when you roast things at high temperature, sometimes it can add some toxins. And this does not have that issue because we are not roasting it, because this is just a concentrate of the whole coffee berry fruit itself, including the seed. So it does have 80 milligrams of caffeine, but that caffeine is not going to create that same increase in energy with a huge decrease in energy in just a few hours, because this is that whole coffee berry fruit. And in Juice Plus, what we've learned is that the whole plant is very often what our bodies were meant to ingest, what our bodies are meant to utilize more efficiently, rather than extracts of single parts of a plant. So as we talk more about all the rest of the ingredients, you'll see what I mean by that. We really love to use the whole plant. So we've got that energy from the coffee berry fruit, the nootropic effects of coffee berry and alpinia. And then we have some amazing other ingredients that are creating additional benefits. And these are in the family of adaptogens. So things like sage, which actually can kind of play in both the nootropic and the adaptogen world, because it actually has both properties. And the sage that we use is actually sage essential oil and sage leaf extract, because both of them create some slightly different benefits in the body. So the sage and the rhodiola is another one. Rhodiola is an ingredient that comes from Scandinavia. It's grown in high mountainous, very cold regions. And it's been used in those cultures for hundreds, if not thousands of years to help with mental function, to help with mood, and also to help with some mental focus as well. And that ingredient, in my opinion, is one of the newest ingredients that there's so much clinical research going on rhodiola right now. And it is all so promising. There's so much amazing stuff that you can see. So if you're interested, just look up rhodiola and see what kind of interesting and amazing benefits this plant can actually provide. And we also included some really cool mushrooms. Mushrooms are really trendy right now in the nutritional space, and that's because they have a lot of amazing power. They can do so many different things, most particularly in this adaptogenic area. And adaptogens essentially are mood helping. They help with mood and they help with things like stress and anxiety. And these ingredients, these mushrooms, lion's mane and cordyceps, are two ingredients that have some of the most clinical research, some mushrooms that have the most clinical research around them. And they are really interesting in helping with mood. And another ingredient that we included in here, and I'm sure many of you, of all the ingredients in here other than sage, I'm sure many of you guys have heard of ashwagandha. And ashwagandha is an ingredient that has been used in traditional Indian medicine for literally thousands of years. This is one of the ingredients that is included in so many different tinctures because it has such an impressive effect on things like mood, on stress release. I actually take it when I have a high stress day. I've taken ashwagandha for years, and it's just such an, in my opinion, such a great ingredient on its own. But combined with all of these other ingredients, it's providing a very unique benefit. This product has been really designed to give you energy, to keep you focused, and to help with mood. What we want is for people to have a little bit more fun while they're completing their tasks in a day. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that sounds like a way better day than stressing over every little task that I'm somehow not managing to actually accomplish. So that's where we like this product for the most. So let's talk a little bit about the actual label and what some of the things are on here. What you can see is that this does have a supplement facts panel, which is because we want to be able to highlight the specific amounts of the ingredients that are in this. And these are not traditional foods. These are herbs. So it's a slightly different product than we have in some of our other products at Juice Plus, but still really, really plant focused. As you can see in this, there isn't anything in here besides plants. So Juice Plus Luminate has 2 grams of sugar, which is not a lot at all. It's much less than you'll find in traditional energy drinks or even most of the coffees that we like to consume. They're super tasty, but definitely often have a lot of sugar in them. And the sugar that's in Juice Plus Luminate actually comes from one of the most natural and clean sources that is available, and that's coconut nectar. And if you have an allergy to coconut, don't worry, because this is not from the actual plant, from the actual nut itself, from the fruit. It's from the flower before it becomes the plant, before it becomes the nut. And therefore, you should not have any allergic issues with this. So very clean, very healthy. It's got some amazing additional kind of nutrients that are in there as well. And then you can see this amazing proprietary adaptogen blend with the lion's mane, the cordyceps, and there's a word there, it's called mycelium. That's just essentially the root system of mushrooms. That's where the magic happens. So what we see is just the very tip of the mushroom. What happens underneath is that mycelium. That mycelium is the way that the mushrooms kind of connect to each other. It's their natural way of talking to each other, to tell each other where there's good soil that they want to go to tell each other where there's maybe some things that are going to be damaging to that. So stay away from this part of the ground. That's that incredible network of communication that plants have, which is really cool. And that's really where we're getting some of that amazing benefit. Again, we've got the ashwagandha root and the leaf. As I mentioned before, we use the whole plant. And by the way, everything in here is just water concentrated. So these are not extracted using any kind of chemicals like hexane or heptane or acetone or other things that can be very harsh. This is just water extracts for everything that we have. And as I mentioned, that sage leaf extract and the sage essential oils are also there. The rhodiola is in there as well. So amazing adaptogens. And the reason we call this our proprietary focus and clarity blend, even though it's really that hard-hitting nootropic blend, is because the claims that we make on this, we want to make sure that the FDA is showcasing, that we're showcasing to the FDA and the FDC exactly where we are getting our claims, and that's on these two amazing ingredients, the Alpinia galanca and the coffee berry. And there's also some additional information on this label you'll see. You can see in the other ingredients, there's things like fructooligosaccharides, which are essentially just prebiotic fibers that are in there to help with the texture of the product. It helps it to stay in solution and make it a pleasant experience. We've also got things like acacia gum, again, for that texture to make it stay stable in solution. Citric acid, which is just essentially the acid that is made from citrus fruits, like lemons, like oranges, like limes. That's all this is. And it's there to help with that nice tartness, to give it a really great flavor. And we often get questions at Juice Plus about what are the natural flavors that we use, because there's a lot of negative information about natural flavors on the internet. And I just want to note that everything that you read on the internet is not always true. So a lot of the information that you see about natural flavors is either very outdated information, such as natural flavors can be from beaver anal glands. First of all, that's never been true. It's a gland that's next to the beaver's anal glands. It doesn't matter. That is not happening anymore because they cannot milk this gland in beavers fast enough for it to be viable in today's society. So you do not ever have to worry about that. Plus, any natural flavor that we use at Juice Plus is always vegan and non-GMO. So natural flavors have a definition in the US government, meaning that they have to come from natural sources. They cannot be synthesized in a lab, nor can they contain components that are synthesized in a lab. That is the definition of natural flavors. At Juice Plus, we go one step further and make sure that everything that we're using is both vegan and non-GMO, which means that it comes entirely from plants. The reason we don't specify all of the specific natural flavors that we use is because it takes us quite a lot of effort to find the exact combination of flavors to mask some of the really earthy and bitter notes of the ingredients that are in our products. So I don't know if you've ever tasted what ashwagandha tastes like in real life. It's not very tasty. It tastes, and obviously when you have just water extracts of mushrooms, they taste a whole lot like dirt. And I don't think anybody wants to taste dirt or bitter things in their product. So that's why we use this particular combination of ingredients, of these natural flavors. So this particular one, you can see berry and mango on the label. It does have mango extract in it. It has blueberry extract in it, has a couple of other extracts in them because, but I'm not gonna tell you what they are because I would have to, kill you guys. We don't want everybody to know our secrets, because if everybody knew what we know about flavoring, then everybody else could have really amazing flavored products too, and we just don't want that. We'd rather do it ourselves. We'd rather keep that secret. So that's why we use the term natural flavor on our products. And this is also a product that is really for adults only. It's something that, because of the ingredients, it does have caffeine in it. Obviously, we don't want to put a lot of caffeine into young children. And these herbs have not really been studied in young people. And the younger people, smaller humans, children, have different metabolism than adults do. And so we just want to be very careful and make sure that if you are, interested in this product for a teenager, very likely okay. But for a 7-year-old, maybe not. So we want to make sure that we're giving that, that caution as well. And of course, because of the caffeine in here, we definitely want to make sure we're taking caution with people who are pregnant, who are nursing, and who maybe are using medications that could interact. So we just like to make sure, out of an abundance of caution, that we're putting this statement on the label so that people can be well informed about what they're taking with Juice Plus, so that we know we're not going to ever create any potential harm in anybody. But like with everything, if you're taking an energy drink, you certainly can take this product. So there's a lot of people who have a lot of benefits. So one of the things that we do at Juice Plus is we like to do a lot of research. And as we launch this product, we didn't have the time to really do a full clinical research study on it because full clinical research takes about 4 years, and we didn't really want to wait that long to launch this product. So we do have some planned clinical research that we're working on. Dr. Manfred Lamprecht and the Juice Plus Science Institute are working on some potential protocols as we speak so that we can start clinical research on this amazing LUMINATE product. But in the meantime, we did some surveys. So we sent this out to 79 people who did not know anything about the Juice Plus company, didn't know what this product was at all. And then we asked them to fill out a survey after day 1, and then after 7 days of consistently taking the product. And these are the results. These are the things that I think are really exciting. 73% said they didn't feel any jitters at all. That to me is really exciting because if you take an energy drink and ask that same question, at least 73% of the participants are going to say that they do feel jitters. So to me, this is a really impressive result here. But as you can see, the other results are even more impressive. But the thing I think is really exciting is that first one. 91% of people felt that taking Juice Plus LUMINATE had a positive impact on their day, which to me is just exciting. How many people want to take a product that has a positive impact on your day? And there were a lot of people who felt definite benefits in that cognitive function, mental focus space. 94% of people said that they were able to finish or achieve more tasks. So this is exciting. These are exciting results for sure. So to me, these are the things that I think are the most important with Juice Plus LUMINATE. It is a product that is something that you are going to feel. And by the way, people responded that they felt results in only 60 minutes after taking the product. So if you want to take a product that's going to significantly impact your day in a positive way, then Juice Plus LUMINATE may be an amazing product for you. So as Tamara said, we had a lot of excitement as we first launched this product. And so I will say that if you are wanting to order this amazing product, please do, but just know that it may be a little bit longer lead time to get it to your door just because we are having a lot of excitement around it. So getting additional product in, making as much product as we can right now is really our focus. So that's just be a little patient with us and we will definitely have this amazing product available to everybody absolutely as soon as we can. So that's really what I had today. Tamara, are there any other questions that you want me to answer? You're on mute. You're on mute, Tamara.
Let's try that again. Thank you for that wonderful explanation of all the amazing ingredients. I have been, am I still muted?
No, you're good.
Okay. My thing flashed up. Sorry. I have been just so excited about this product. I've been using some of these ingredients for many years in my clinical practice and many of you have as well, but to put them all together like this, one of the questions that's come up that I want your answer to, it's not just the caffeine. Some people are asking, isn't that mental alertness and that mood and that energy just the caffeine? And personally, I've never had this feeling from caffeine, and I've taken a lot of caffeine in my day over the years. I've been enjoying LUMINATE with a very different feeling than caffeine. I think it's the synergy of all these different ingredients. What do you say, Lisa?
Absolutely. And I totally agree with you. It is that synergy. It's that concert effect of these ingredients working together that creates this benefit that is very different than caffeine. So some people, when they take, and by the way, this is a very unique product because everybody is slightly different. So we have some people, when they take the product, they say they get a really big energy burst. And some people who feel really calm. But one of the most interesting things is that we're hearing a lot of people say that they can take this product in the afternoon and have it have zero impact on their sleep or even a positive impact on their sleep patterns. And that's something you would definitely not get from caffeine.
Correct. And I think that comes back to some of these ingredients that you've so creatively put together. I mean, there's too many things to mention, but just from the medical point of view, I think it's the ashwagandha that we know lowers cortisol
Yes.
and lowers inflammation, and that might be why we sleep better. A lot of these, especially the mushrooms, have, like you said, dual effects. They're both nootropics, meaning they help your brain function better, more optimally, and they're adaptogens, meaning they help your stress level modulate, that get you back to what's called homeostasis, get you back to not stressed out up here, but back to normal feeling. That's what an adaptogen is doing. And by definition, an adaptogen is safe. That's part of the definition of an adaptogen, by the way, is that it's safe to use at the doses prescribed. And another point, I think, that you just made, Lisa, everybody's different. Everybody's different for a lot of things, the way we metabolize things. But I've not heard from anybody that's used this or have any reason from these ingredients to expect anyone to have an adverse effect. It's just that we all have different effects. If our stress level is really high, we're going to have that effect of lowering the stress versus someone else whose brain might not be working quite right, who's got brain fog from any number of things. That's going to be the effect they get. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. And I did see a question pop up is about people who don't normally take, who usually avoid caffeine. Is this a product that they can take? And I will say, I normally avoid caffeine. I have not had caffeine in my diet for several years for a lot of reasons. But to me, I can take Juice Plus Luminate just fine. It does not create the same negative effects in my body as caffeine does from like coffee or sodas or I've never taken an energy drink in my life, but I can only imagine those. So that to me, it is definitely, everybody processes differently. Everybody processes caffeine differently. Everybody processes sugar differently. And so, yes, you shouldn't have any negative effects with this product, in my opinion, unless you have an allergy to one of the ingredients. And that is something that, yeah, everybody has to be aware of. These ingredients are very clearly labeled. So if you do have an allergy to something, then yes, you would maybe avoid this. And no, there's no grapefruit in this.
And there's no real allergens in this either. I mean, I specialize in food allergies, and I would be shocked if anyone was allergic to mushrooms. It's just a very rare allergy. It happens.
Yeah.
So if you know you're allergic, for sure. The other thing that it came across when I was doing a little bit of research, just, I know you can't speak to this, we don't have research on this, but I was really surprised and interested to see in PubMed a study using mushrooms in pregnancy to help lower blood pressure and cortisol levels with a positive impact on pregnancy outcome. So to me, that said two things. It's safe enough. That's not this product. Okay, let's be clear. That's not Luminate. That's some of the ingredients in Luminate have been used in studies in pregnancy, which means by definition that they're very safe, or you cannot do a study in pregnancy. So again, I'm not talking about Luminate in pregnancy, but the ingredients have been used. And so that's just a helpful point of fact. I think anyone who's pregnant or breastfeeding, of course, needs to speak to their own OBGYN doctor, clearly. But to tell you that the ingredients that are in here have been used in some cultures somewhere on the world for hundreds and hundreds of years. And we would know if they had bad effects or toxic effects or a lot of bad interactions. So I'm really impressed with the choice that you guys made, you and your team, to put all this together. And I would also just say, if anyone's a nerd like me and wants to look more, you'll find that these ingredients, the lion's mane, the cordyceps, particularly, have neuroprotective effects. They've been studying in all sorts of very serious brain problems because they have such potential. They have anti-inflammatory effects, anti-tumor effects, antimicrobial effects, antiviral effects. The list is really endless, and all the research, like you said, these are very hot topics of research because there's so much potential here. And then just the last thing I would ask you to comment on is, I think what you're describing with this caffeine thing being so different than coffee is because we're not roasting a bean. You're not isolating the caffeine in a roasted bean. Like you said, you're using the whole berry, and that berry has so many polyphenols and antioxidants and other components. I think the more that's how you make a drug, right? You take a plant and you take out a very specific ingredient and you get an effect, and you also get side effects because you don't have the balance anymore. You created something that has the balance of the whole bean by the flour. No, I'm wrong. The you describe it. What have you done here that makes it so different than just the bean?
Yeah, so this is the whole fruit. So coffee is grown in a bush. Well, the plant is coffee berry or coffee fruit, and it looks like a little cherry. And they are bright red, and they are really, really powerful antioxidant fruits. And what normally happens is that the fruit is taken away because we've got this addiction to coffee across the world. So we take that bean out, that seed out, and roast it, and that becomes coffee beans. And the fruit is essentially discarded into landfills. And that is a travesty to me because there is so much, as you said, so many antioxidants, polyphenols, flavonoids in that berry. And one of the most interesting things when I was in Hawaii about 10 years ago, looking at some coffee plantations, and this is how long I've been looking at this ingredient for Juice Plus, about 10 years. They were telling me a story about how all of the coffee pickers, all of the people who were picking the coffee berries, their hands were not aging as fast as any other part of their body. And it's because their hands were just coated in these antioxidants, polyphenols, the flavonoids. And so can you imagine if that's topically, can you imagine what will happen when you put this inside of your body? So yeah, to me, it's all about that synergistic effect of the berry, the fruit itself, that high polyphenol, high flavonoid fruit with the green berry, the green seed. So it's not roasted. So we're not adding additional potential toxins to it by roasting it. So yeah, it's that the way nature intended, if you will.
Right. And that's why it's hard to compare when people have
Wow. I hope anybody want to unmute themselves, and did you learn anything that you didn't know last week? I thought this was such a great deep dive. I learned so much by watching this interview. Now, guys, you could use this as a watch party. You could have people come over and, sample the Luminate and, watch this 25 minutes of this presentation. And hot diggity dog, you've got a great event. I'm just, I love this. And now Jen Hageman converted it into a Vimeo. So there are no YouTube commercials. So know that this is available to you should you want to share it and use it as a watch party or to educate, prospects and customers. It is that good. So anybody have anything they want to share before we say goodnight? Yes, Linda.
I was excited because I've had people that wouldn't try it because it had natural flavors there and all the different things they've heard about natural flavors. And with her detailed description tonight, that was perfect. I know exactly what to go back to her with. And I appreciated the explanation on that.
Thank you, Linda. Yeah. Jen? Jen, did you have something that you wanted to contribute?
No. I'm just listening. It was all good. It was really interesting. It's excellent. Good stuff.
Going back to comments about something that you had talked about, the whole cortisol.
Yeah.
Well, the cortisol is huge. Yeah. And it's a hormone. And so one of the other things I've experienced in the last couple of weeks is hot flashes going away. So, it just all ties into just hormones being balanced. Who knew you needed adaptogens in your diet? I didn't. So, it's good.
Well, yeah. I think we're just scratching the surface on the power of what we have here.
Agreed.
Yeah. And so we're starting to build the tools that we have to, continue to have this grow with us. Familia, absolutely. Anybody else? Thank you, Jen.
Terry, the other thing I really love that she said is how adaptogens are safe. That's what adaptogens mean. I thought that was so interesting and so cool. I didn't know that. So anyway, just a little, plug when you're talking about it with people, how, the design of adaptogens are safe and intended to do good things in the body.
I love to. I didn't know that either, and I've been using adaptogens for years. I love the whole piece about the coconut nectar.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that the coconut nectar is part of the sweetener, and that because it's the nectar no one should be have an allergy from it to it. So I thought that was great too.
And I'll just add that Henry and I had a conversation with Liza Pepple last week, just one-on-one, and she was, one of the things she kept saying, she'll be on one of our Friday night calls towards the end of May, so I'll send that flyer out.
Yeah.
But one of the things she kept saying so many times, and that we talked for like an hour, she gave us so much of her time, so much information. It was really powerful. But she kept saying, everything in here has been used for thousands of years. It's just, we put them all together in a special way.
Yeah.
And
Right.
she's just a brilliant woman.
Oh, she's brilliant. She's brilliant. And I loved how, a little deeper dive into the issue with, the pregnancy and all that. I thought that was fascinating too. So it's a good
Jerry.
night, guys. Yes, Jerry.
I just wanted to mention to you that the fructooligosaccharides is also, as some of you know, in our complete. And Dr. Jim Guest, who was the head of the nutrition department at Parker College of Chiropractic, he says that that is a very key ingredient in our complete and now in our LUMINATE. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah, it's a sugar that feeds fructooligosaccharides feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut. And so again, so important. It's just like they've just covered all the bases. It's just so exciting. So thank you for that, Jerry. All right, guys, what I'd like to do next week is I'd like to collect LUMINATE stories this coming week. And I thought that next week we could do, we could showcase something called, LUMINATE Stories of Hope. So if you have anyone that would like to share their story, it's an event that we could build for and have guests come to. I would love to have somebody showcased who's, a millennial, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old, like maybe 5 great LUMINATE stories. So if you have anybody that you think would love to share on our call, please let me know. All right, guys, it's a good night. Thanks for spending
Can I just share really fast?
Sure. Yes, Tasha, go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I personal, but this is our team, so I feel like this is a good place to share for any of you guys. I personally have epilepsy and always note to talk to your own neurologist, but I talked to my neurologist and LUMINATE is safe for that, which I thought was incredible. I run into a lot of things with caffeine, energy drinks. I absolutely can't have those. That was a big deal for me and something so natural and so safe that I can have. So that was my note.
No, that's really important, Tasha. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that because Lisa did indicate, or was it Tamara that indicated the benefits, the neurological positive effects from this formula. So like I said, I think we are in the next year going to be doing deep dives into all of these areas with the LUMINATE. We're in the right place at the right time. This is a home run. All right. Thank you, Tasha. Thanks, everybody. There's a couple of us that are going to hang on because we're wrapping up our plans